Hello, my name is Aaron, and welcome back to the Retro Gaming Collective. So I have a very special treat for you guys today. This is my 2021 Game Room Tour here at the Retro Gaming Collective. These are my favorite videos to film by far, because they're also my favorite videos to watch. I watch these all the time. It's always fun to see how somebody else approaches collecting and how they approach displaying. It gives you ideas. So hopefully if you guys are doing it for that purpose, that you get some cool ideas. Or if you have recommendations for me, I'm totally open to them because I'm always looking for new ways to upgrade and change. So I have grown immensely since 2020. Reason being quarantine, number one, right? So what else are you going to do? I actually work in this very spot. So I have all of this going on around me, and I'm always thinking about ways to change things up and do things differently. But I also have started to resell. And basically what that has done is given me this endless loop of fundage that I can pump back into my collection to get the things that I actually want. So if you watch my other videos, I've been thrift hunting and then reselling or keeping, if I can, a majority of the things that I buy. So I'm probably at around 1,900 games right now, which is pretty good. I've added, I think it was like 500 in the last year or so. But yeah, let's dive in. I'm going to show you all the updates, all the changes, and hopefully talk about some of my plans for the future as it comes up. I do not have this planned out. It's just going to come as I go around the room. So let's get to it. All right, guys. So here is the game room in all of its glory. I don't even know where to begin, but I'm going to try and give you a little bit of an overview here. So there's the main chunk, the door with some posters, some games, a brand new TV, the Japanese section, and my office section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you each collection here. And before I do this, please, please, please ignore the dust. If you're a collector, you know that you just can't keep up with it. So why bother, right? So let's start up here. This is going to be my NES and my SNES collection. So starting over here, just going to do a quick scroll down. I don't have anything too crazy as far as just the cartridges go here, but I do have some interesting things here. I have behind this Legend of Zelda, Adventure of Link, so Zelda 2 complete in box, Kirby's Adventures complete in box, Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3 complete in box. And then we have my SNES collection. Now this is one of my favorite systems because it's one that I grew up playing. Some of these, like, I need to do some work and clean this stuff up. But that's just like a Barclays thing. I'm not too super concerned with that. But again, this is one of those systems like this game, Porky Pig. I played that a lot as a kid. Separation Anxiety. Loved it. Super Mario All-Stars and World. And then the Super Star Wars games, which were incredibly hard. Right? And then we got Gollum. We got one of my game packs that's sealed. Knocked over Mario. That guy goes down all the time. And then I kind of messed this up over here too. So I'm gonna have to go through and re-clean everything once I'm done. And then we got my American N64 collection here. I love this system. So we got Perfect Dark complete in box. I'm gonna show you kind of a general overview here. Not gonna go too into depth here. You get a general idea. And then we got 007 GoldenEye complete in box. I don't know what needs to be said about that game. It is incredible. One of my favorites, which is why I have 2 copies of it. And then right below this, we have my GameCube collection. And I love this collection. And you see my tiny little Switch set up over there. I got more coming though. So starting with the bottom here, we got the Wavebird. A lot of fun stuff here. Judge Dredd is getting harder to find these days. And actually, that was the first game that I bought. So we got Double Dash, Mario Golf. Red Faction 2 is so much fun. Mario Party 5. Spyro Hero's Tale is great. The Jedi Outcast. The Super Monkey Ball series are great, and so is Time Splitters. And who can forget Smash Bros. Melee. Right? And then my dusty GameCube. And then down here, this is one that I've been focusing on. My original Xbox collection. You'll see my dusty Lacrosse Coaches Award from back in the day. We got Conkers. I actually found that in a Goodwill. Super excited to have that because I do not have Bad Fur Day. And then down here, the continuation of my collection. Nothing crazy in here either. Jedi Outcast again. Knights of the Old Republic. Those games, man, I can't tell you how many hours I have put into them. And then my backup Xbox and my controllers, the Dukes. This is a Duke. And then the new one. Up here, you're going to see the continuation. This is my Atari 2600 collection. It is slim, but guys, we got E.T. It's all good. Then down here, you'll see my Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Gear, all of that, all in one spot. That is an acrylic nail polish holder that I use to store my games, and it works really well. So I saw that on somebody else's YouTube channel, and it works for me. So, and then we move right into, I got some box Game Boy games up there, but then my Xbox 360 collection, which is just massive. And I use this like area to display some little things like my Talk Boy that was mine as a little boy, my HD DVD players and remotes, my Pokeballs, and this one's a little funky. And then you can just pop this little button. They're supposed to open. Well, this one might open. Let's try that. Yeah, look at that. There's Pikachu. Good pull. All right. Down here, we got all my controllers. So we got the camo. We got the C3PO. We got the old school white, Halo 4. We got Gears. We got the pink one that my brother uses when he comes over. We got the silver, the chrome, and then my custom controller Chaos 360 controller. It is amazing. I love that controller. Next, we got some steelbooks, the continuation of my 360 collection, some other little knickknacks and games, and then those guys. We can skip over them. Now, I would pull these out, but all that's in here is just filled with controllers to the brim. And then the bottom one, we got like Pokemon cards and things like that. That's where I keep those. This section here now is the bulk of my collection. This is just about everything squeezed in here. So we're going to start up here with my Sega Genesis and Master System. Move Sonic out of the way. Nothing crazy there. That's my Power Base Mini, so that I can play those in the Genesis. Then you'll see Aladdin, Altered Beast, Mortal Kombat 2, Lion King, Jurassic Park. Gauntlet 4 is a hard one to find right now. Echo the Dolphin. Buster's Hidden Treasure down there. And then actually, interesting, behind here, I got some Pogs sealed from the 90s. I love Power Rangers. Then we got the Sonic games, Shaq Fu, Ren and Stimpy. I mean, some of this stuff is just so quintessentially 90s. Tailspin, great stuff. And then Road Rash 2 back there. It's my only game that I don't have some kind of little case for. Then my PS1 section. This one has grown a lot over the last year or so too. A ton. Get some Crash in there. CTR, Command & Conquer. Those Buzz Lightyear games are a little tougher to find these days too. I actually just found them in a Goodwill, which is awesome. The Grinch is hard to find, which is shocking to me. I got a lot of sports games here because a lot of them were mine from when I was younger. Oddworld Abe's Exodus, Panzer General. Getting to the Star Wars section here. Dark Forces, Power Battles, Phantom Menace, Rebel Assault 2, all that stuff. South Park, Reboot. I loved Reboot as a kid. The show, watched it all the time with my dad and brother. We got Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero. This one is actually pretty difficult to find nowadays. And I found that thrifting. Tony Hawk, Three Stooges, some sealed Wheel of Fortune games there. And something over there. SpongeBob SquarePants Super Sponge. Oops, we'll come back to that later. Again, I'm going to have to go through everything and like readjust it after doing these tours. I do it every time. Then next we got the Wii U. I love this system and it's so underrated. I actually have been growing it a lot recently over the past couple of weeks, and I have some more games I'll show you that are going to get added in my next pickup video. So I'll just give you a quick run through Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. You guys know that I love Kirby. I don't need to tell you that. All the Lego games, Mario Tennis. Look at that. Just, sorry, it's hard to do this to film and talk at the same time. We got Resident Evil, Super Mario 3D World, Smash Bros. Wii U, Yoshi's Woolly World, and we got Star Fox and Mario Maker back there. Next, we have kind of my meager handheld collection. I won't spend a lot of time here because I don't really play a whole ton. We got my 3DS games here. And then over here, they're all out of order and everything. And then I got my PS Vita. I love this system as well. When I do play, it's with that. And I got my 2DS, my DS, the pink one with the black coating, and then my like teal Japanese DS. This one has also grown a lot, but I've also shrunk it a little bit. I sold a bunch of stuff to pay for other games and things like that. Just get rid of some of the crap that I don't want anymore. So I got Metroid Prime Trilogy, the Steelbook edition down there. That one's really hard to find these days. Just gonna give you a quick peek at the things here. And if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. We can talk about it. So that's bookcase number 1. And here is my PS5 collection. Small but growing. I love it. My PS4. One of my favorite systems of all time. That Game of Thrones game's really fun. Diablo 3. All kinds of stuff here. Little Big Planet. Then you'll see the continuation here. Played so much Minecraft on this system. Just tons. And Battlefront, Shadow of War and Mordor, Red Dead 2, so good. Rayman. All this stuff, man. So much fun. And then you'll see the beginnings of my Xbox One collection here. Lots of Assassin's Creeds. 7 Days to Die I loved as well. It's a really cool survival horror like zombie game. See my sealed Song of the Deep. Some interesting stuff in here as well. Mass Effect Andromeda. Disappointing. The Halos. I actually just beat Gears 5 there, and I loved it. I love all the Gears games. They are so, so good. Even Judgment. Please don't judge me. I know a lot of you didn't like it. And the Wolfenstein games are great. I love FPSs. So much fun. And then down to my PS2. I'm not going to go through every game here. There are just too many. Because a lot of these are from my childhood. I built that pink PS2 there. It's a little sloppy and I'm running out of room. But we're getting there. One of my favorite collections, the Sega Saturn. Now, I've actually been thinking about shrinking this down a little bit and getting rid of some of these things like the NBA Live 98, like Madden, stuff like that. Things that aren't really fun that I'm not going to play because I'm running out of space. I have some stacked over here, and I'll show you. Let's move BB-8 out of the way. And I'll call out some of the bigger titles as I see them. You won't see a whole ton of heavy hitters here. Some Madden's NHL, those are the big ones, right? No, we got Panzer Dragoon, I got Quake, which is getting more and more difficult to find. Shinobi is a little bit more difficult nowadays. And then over here, this one, X-Men Children of the Atom. I paid 40 bucks for this way back when. It's getting over 100 these days. So that's pretty cool. I hate that it's over there, but I'm just running out of space, you know? And we got my PS3. This is like a backup PS3. I'm not going to go through all these games. But you can see, just kind of the standard PS3 games. Nothing crazy. My original manual from back in the day. If you're interested in seeing any of these individual collections, please feel free to ask me and I will do my best to make that happen. Down here we got the Sega Cd. I know that it is dark. I am sorry. A lot of the big games are more visible here. Rebel Assault is cool. I got Dragon's Lair back there somewhere. Jurassic Park. Love that system. And then my Dreamcast set up here. Let's move my Duncan out of the way. Again, some sports games. And probably the heaviest hitter that I have here is this one, Walt Disney World Racing. I don't know why it's... Yeah, there we go. That one's probably my heaviest hitter here. See? I have to go through and retouch everything up here. Down here, we got my PSP games, surrounded by Charmander and Squirtle. I also really enjoyed that when I was younger because I could go for long car rides and play all these games that I loved. And then my audiobooks are down here. If you watched my other game room tours, you'll notice a lot of difference here, right? So I got this brand new 50-inch 4K RCA from Walmart. And I actually paid for that with my game funds that from resale and stuff, so that was a free TV for me. And I switched this other old CRTV in here. You can see me in it. Hello. And I will go through all my systems here. Some of them aren't hooked up. But we got the Sega Saturn. We got the Wii U. And then we got the Atari Flashback, the Intellivision, ColecoVision, or vice versa. And then my switcher here. So I can switch back and forth. The VTech V-Flash. And my Hyperscan, which never gets used. Down here, we got the original Xbox and my original backwards compatible PS3 that I got way back in the day. I bought that brand new. We got the Game Wave. We got the Dreamcast by Retron 5. You'll see the Neo Geo Gold up there. And then that's like a... I actually did a video on that before. I unboxed it. It's like an 801 or something like that. It's got a bunch of ROMs and hacks in there. It's a lot of fun. My original Xbox One, my Switch, my GameCube, my Jungle Green N64, my PS2, my PS4 with the VR, and the Xbox 360 with the HD DVD player in there. And I've actually been working behind these on adding some stickers. So look at that. Getting kind of filled up. I love this. Very fun for me. And to the right of my entertainment section, we got my Pac-Man machine. Look at that. I so enjoy that. And those, I actually leave the games here that are going in my next pickup video. So these are a little sneak peek at what's coming up next. That's what I found yesterday. And over here, these are all the games that I'm selling. These are all the ones that I have up on eBay. That's all PS2 stuff up there, Xbox. And down here is kind of like a collection of DVDs, VHSs, and games that I'm playing right now. And then on top, it's all messy, but those are the controllers that I have charging right now, which is very convenient. There's my wife's closet. I do not go in there. And then you have my little Japanese section here. Oh, this is bothering me. Look at this. How can I stand that? I don't know. So you'll see my little bit of GameCube games, my PS4 games, some PS2s, all of my, move this out of the way, all of my N64 games. And you'll see I have a boxed Pokemon Stadium there, Pocket Monster Stadium, excuse me, with my McDonald's Pikachu box. And then my wife actually just got me this that I love. It's this little Star Wars Famicom. I'm going to open it up. Try to do it with one hand here. Look at that, finally. So it opens up this way, which is really cool, but it's super shiny. It's complete. I love this. If you haven't played Star Wars on the Famicom, you have to. Darth Vader turns into a scorpion. Spoiler alert. He does not do it in the movie, though. Then down here we got some Saturn games. We got a DS game, Dreamcast game, some 360 games, and then my Super Famicom games that I made these little labels for. Really, really cool. And then my couple of regular Famicom games. And there you have my Japanese games section. Over here, this is, sorry, I'm scooting around in a chair here. There's me again. Hello. So this used to be the TV that I had in my cabinet. And as you can see, it's now being used for all my Japanese games. So you'll see over here, it's very dusty, but I have my N64. My VR, I just leave there with the stuff on there because I don't have anywhere else to put it. Then we got my surround sound with some controllers and stuff. I have my Saturn, Japanese 360, Japanese GameCube, Super Famicom. Ooh, almost dropped it. There we have my Retron 3, and my American Sega Cd. I have nowhere else for this to go, but it's here now. Over here, you'll see my Japanese Dreamcast and PS2, as well as my Japanese Wii, and the VHS, and then my power adapter. So I love this little setup. I don't use it as often as I should, but I definitely enjoy it. Over here, you will find the Workstation. This is where the magic happens, right? So you'll see I got pictures of my wife and I at our wedding. It's really cool. I love you. I know that she got me on our wedding day. Super cool. Then I have my printer. Whole bunch of junk. My ukulele for when I get bored at work. This is where I keep all the things that I'm using to sell. So I got these little, it's usually more organized than this. My Scotch tape. I actually use this stuff to clean carts. If you haven't done it, it works wonders. Gets permanent marker right off. So I got all that, and then we got cords and silicone things. Like if you like the controller thing, you know, I have tons of them. And then more cords down there. But this is really where the magic happens. I spend 40 hours a week looking at these two screens. Well, actually, there's a third one there that's down. And then from this angle, you'll see all of my Star Wars toys and like little boxed things and autographs and things like that. My Darth Vader stand up with a Happy Holidays hat because I didn't take it off yet. I probably should, but there it is. Just gonna do a quick little spin around here to show you again. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and talk about it with me. You can reach out to me here. You can comment, you can like it and subscribe, or you can follow me on Instagram at the Retro Gaming Collective. But until then, thanks for stopping by and checking out my collection. Yeah, thanks again. See you next time.